Hey, Urbie, leave something for the next generation.
The trombone collective with their classically trained players and play in orchestras, but they swing too. They have a great sense of jazz feeling and time, so wow.
The funny thing is that as classical trombone players, for example, for me, the very first trombone sound I ever heard on a recording was the 21 trombones with you.
I had a dream about 21 trombones. It was very clear. 4 groups of 5 trombones. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 20, right? And I was the one playing the solos.
Double tonguing becomes dugga 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 with Urbie, and then becomes doddle 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 with Fontana. So there are different types of tonguing involved.
I want the bass trombone technique to sound so natural that people wouldn't make a difference between that and a violin. And I'm sure that's what guys like Urbie do.
I would love to know who were Urbie's influences. You probably knew that, right?
And of course, I have to mention the Deerhead Inn. You know, it's not just a local restaurant that happens to be having jazz on the weekends. That's been having live jazz for 60 years.
You can't describe what Urbie did. Urbie stood alone, and in New York, they had some great trombone players, but Urbie was all by himself.
Enoch Light, he was the guy that owned the record company. I went to him with the idea, and he loved it, but he said, couldn't you do it with 16? And I said, no, it's got to be 20. That's the way I dreamed it, and that's the way I want it. And so he said, okay.
That's our job, to figure those things out before we get to the gig. So we have a lot of songs up here, and that's the secret.
Well, let's put it this way. Most men like to think that they choose the woman. The woman chooses the man. That's how it is. And I think what happens is that the trombone, being die Posaune in German, which is a feminine gender, and I think that the trombone chooses you.
There are things for 8 trombones and 12. I started thinking Gabrielli and Shine and Schutz and some of those people. Urbie was in a different direction. And one day I got a call. And we turned up, there were 20 trombone players.
They thought it was just another record date, you know. That's the way it is. The phone rings and can you be at the studio on whatever date? And okay, got it down, you know. So then they show up. And everybody's wandering around thinking maybe they're at the wrong place or something.
It seems like your group wants you want to make a big statement, not only in the trombone community, but also
Try actually outside.
Outside, and I know that's
show that the trombone is a great instrument.
I know that's one of the hardest things to do, but.
Trombone is more than a funny instrument. Right?
Well, thanks again. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. And all the best to you guys.
Yeah, to you. Thank you.